Podcast.
Whoa.
What's that for?
That slurping.
Oh.
It's not professional.
It's a bit extreme, wasn't it?
I'm all about professionalism
A bit
now.
overreactment.
I was just about to say that exact same word.
Welcome to Popcornography podcast. So this week we're going to be reviewing The Hitman's Bodyguard. Myself and Dean have seen that.
Looks brilliant.
Yeah, that's coming up. We've got all the news. We've got our crew review of the winning Flight film. We'll decide our next crew review film, and we've got popcorn questions. But yeah, how are you all doing?
What episode is?
42, I think.
42.
Oh.
Wow.
Is that it?
Getting old now, aren't we?
We don't know, eh?
You're well older than me.
No.
Behave. One step at a time.
And we're nearly caught up to you.
What? Older than me. We're on the good mood, aren't we? Because it's bank holiday tomorrow.
Yeah, it's bank holiday, so we're not at work. First thing, I won't be up till like stupid o'clock tonight.
I don't
trying to
work.
edit this.
I don't work
so then have to
Mondays
get
anyway.
up the next day and go to work. Like I can just enjoy myself. You're joined by Rick. That is who is I.
John's here.
Dean, the sound master, is here.
Me. Oh, yeah, Simon. Yeah, me.
Have you all been? Anything to report?
No, not really.
No.
Cut my grass.
Well, me and Dean have seen. We've met Terminator and RoboCop and Mars Attacks fella
And 7 to 9 and Locutus.
Iron Man
Bog.
and
7
Where
to
did you
9.
go? Because I've seen
Who's
these
the other
photos
guy?
on Facebook. Where did you go?
some like robot convention. You think, God, that sounds nerdy, doesn't it?
It does.
But-
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Where
Jerry
my
Ryan was
fucking
there.
invite?
We had a nice day
7 to
over
9.
by the beach, and the museum was holding some like
And this beach
film.
and museum was where?
Redcar.
She was wearing a catsuit.
When was this?
Oh, from Star Trek. My God, I
It's
forgot
not
about
because
it yesterday.
Sai's a bit of a Trekkie.
When
I
was this?
sent you the Snapchat directly to you, just you.
I don't have Snapchat.
Well, who am I sending them to?
I've deleted it.
What a waste of my life.
Do you know? We're not. Do you know?
Do you know how many videos I've made just for you?
Wow.
He hasn't watched a single one.
Dun-dun. That won't mean anything to anyone. Yeah, great. John's got two,
I don't know, I've got two.
both under the exact same username, so I don't know who.
I'm not clue.
I
Well,
deleted
it's
it because it was using too much background information. 3-point gig in 1 month. I was like, what the fuck? Delete. And,
Really?
and I don't have that many porn people on there.
I don't use that much, and I
This
use
is getting-
Snapchat quite a bit.
Exactly.
This is becoming an interesting conversation.
But anyway, yeah, the one with the big boobs and the nice bum. I completely forgot about her from Star Trek until... What's she called, sorry?
Jerry Ryan, 7 of 9.
She was like when I was
7
growing
of
up. You
9.
know when certain things remind you of your childhood?
Well, yeah, I know.
when you're
but
just
Sure,
you're just
John.
discovering things, you know what I mean?
when she's Pat Borg.
Yes, she was.
Yeah. I
John's
watch
gotta
it now
see.
though.
John, if you saw her,
Yeah,
you
but I
wouldn't be
watch it now.
snoring. Oh, God.
Just
I
mention
don't
the
know.
word fucking Star Wars.
Star
Well, as we learned with
Star Trek. See, that's how much I'm interested.
What a knob.
as we learned about, like last week with GoldenEye, you know how you remember things through a golden haze?
Yeah.
We were talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
Seeing her now would just ruin everything.
Well, that was my point. My point was. Do you not remember? My point was proven with that with Carmen out of Starship Troopers.
Yes.
She was fucking beautiful in
Well,
that
people
film.
look get older.
Oh, she was.
I did a film appreciation for that film, so I was going through it and getting snapshot, and I want to watch it again. You know what? That
Starship Troopers?
Starship Troopers really holds up.
Yes, it does.
Like the effects and stuff in that film are genuinely pretty impressive even now. Well, I wouldn't say impressive now, but they don't look dreadful. I don't know how they did it. There's
You
something
said
about
if you watch that on a 60-inch TV, them effects are going to still hold up.
I don't know. I was doing it on my PC,
and
and
it still hold up.
they look pretty good.
I tell you something, Dean. it was better than GoldenEye.
In fact, I'm going to agree with him on that one. It was. But you're telling me that the CGI in Starship Troopers...
It's not all that bad in a lot of the
Considering
scenes.
how
There's
old
a
it
couple
is.
of scenes that are a bit ropey, but considering when it was made, I think it still holds up all
I'll
right.
tell you what I found actually impressive when that guy lost both of his legs. I like the way they've done that.
Yeah. I do. I think it did all right. That's good, that.
John the fucking sadist.
But anyway,
But I'm not entirely sure about this impressive CGI, like, I must admit. It
I'll have to go
wasn't
back
all
and
that
No,
Shit.
I can see where you're coming from. There's some ropey bits, but then there's some bits where the aliens, you think it, like, hold up. Yeah, I agree.
So we're getting very retro in the recent podcasts, aren't we? I don't know if because we brought in this new feature, the crew review thing. I think we're going to start watching a few older films.
And going to that convention with the robots, all the robots in various films.
Going back to that.
Yeah. It did. It did make me just remind me of some of the really old films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you dare
Daleks
watch
were
them?
there.
Do you dare watch them now, though? You ruin them.
The thing
It's
is,
a big
though,
talking
I'd
point,
go
that.
to bring in some golden oldies is not really a bad idea, because you haven't seen them in such a long time. You kind of forget how the storyline goes. You kind of forget bits and pieces.
Well, yeah, I watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind, right? And you can see why Spielberg became as big as he is now. Like, some of the shots in that film are unbelievable. Like, literally every frame is like, he's framed it like a photograph. It's like, it is really, really nice.
I've got to admit a mission confession, I've never seen it.
Well, I hadn't. That's why I started
I couldn't
watching
believe
it.
that you haven't seen it.
It's one of them films I really should have. So.
It's been on TV so many times, repeated so many times.
I know, and I will. I'll watch it
Been a
at
few
some
years
point.
since I
And the CGI holds up really well in that, doesn't it? It's
I
not
know.
CGI.
Flying
I
light
don't know what it
bulbs.
is. I'd love to see how they do the effects.
Genuine looks
actually,
pretty good.
but
Like the bit where the alien ship comes above the van and the pickup truck, and he's looking out and stuff. Like, it is still.
When was it made? 1985?
Yeah, it's all like
86?
properly shot, and obviously they had to do it more.
Considering what you got now, CGI wise, back then they must
Mechanically.
have thought it was the bee's knees. Back then they must have thought, we've really hit the nail on the head.
It was amazing at the time.
But now, it's just a total new ball
Yeah,
game.
that's the way it goes, isn't
The
it?
thing is, though, compared to that film there, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, do you think that would hold up against? I don't know how many years difference it would be, but like The Running Man, Blade Runner. Was Blade Runner before?
Terrible film.
I'm asking Dean because I'm presuming he
Dan's
probably knows.
favourite film, that, John.
Blade Runner's in the 80s as well, isn't it?
I want to stay in the fucking
See
80s
that
as well.
I couldn't watch that when I was younger, but I probably could now because I'd understand it more. But like Running Man, I love the Running Man
I like that film, Running Man.
and Total Recall.
Total Recall,
Recall.
loved it. Sharon Stone, beautiful.
Didn't like the remake of it.
No, neither did I. I thought that was shit.
Yeah.
Colin.
I didn't think it was all
Farrell?
that bad.
Wasn't all that
wasn't
bad.
as good as
that
the
blank.
original,
Horrible.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's move on.
So let's move on. We've gone off on a tangent. But like movie news. First bit of news. There's a lot come out from DC. I don't know if you've heard anything about this, Simon, but they've decided to do a new little side project.
Yeah, because I didn't dare ask on Twitter what you meant because I saw your post. I was like, I don't get it.
Well, what do you mean you don't get? DC Extended Universe. So you know how they're doing a Marvel where Batman exists in the same world as Superman and the Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman. They're all in the same universe, yeah? Mm-hmm. They've decided now to make standalone movies that aren't linked, which means it gives them a lot more freedom with the times. Like they can have it in the 70s or something, they're not restricted to what's happening in the whole universe.
They're doing this with the Joker.
And they're doing it with the Joker. So that means they can recast the Joker without having to kind of just go, they're saying it's a standalone movie, so they can choose someone else. And it says a lot for Leto, doesn't it? I don't think they're very confident in him.
I thought he was quite cool.
No, he wasn't.
I thought
He
he was.
overacted that so
Do you
much.
think?
Yeah, he annoyed the hell out of me. The thing is, right, Heath Ledger had this proper scary. He looked psychotic.
He was spot
You
on.
wouldn't mess with him. Do you know what I mean?
But they couldn't reenact that again though, could they?
If they had Leto try and do that to me, like how he acted in that film, I'd just punch him. He's some skinny little idiot.
Yeah, but
he hasn't got that kind of presence. and it just didn't work at all. I didn't like
See,
it.
I didn't mind him. I didn't think it was that bad.
I'm with John.
He didn't get much screen
Fuck
time.
off.
Nah, I'm with you on this one.
Yeah, we've got that recorded.
He didn't get much screen time, but I don't know. I think
See,
I'd
that's the
rather
thing
see
I
somebody
found
else.
as well. He wasn't really present screen time wise.
People
Well, I
keep
could-
using that as like, what's the word?
A scapegoat.
Yeah, they're saying, well, he didn't have much time. He could be really good, but there's a reason why they cut all his scenes. There has to be. If he was that good, as they all say he was when they were filming and things, then why didn't he use more of it? When the film was total gash, if he was really good, why didn't it have more Joker? To me, I just don't think he.
I've got a feeling you want to say something, Dane.
I was
Go on,
just
say something.
going to go through the different actors that have played the Joker, because has anyone seen Gotham? The young actor that played the Joker in that?
I haven't watched
Has anyone seen that?
Lost
He played
interest
a
in
good
that.
part.
That was another flop for me.
But he played a good part if he got as far as seeing when the Joker came into it. There's an actor within that played a really good part as the Joker. And in this film that you're talking about, it's going to go down the avenue, is everything's going to get compared to Keith's performance. So it's whether actor takes that on is going to have to do.
Heath Ledger, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah, Keith Ledger. So whether actor takes that on.
Are you saying
just say
Keith,
Keith, doesn't
or Heath? It's Heath.
Heath?
Heath Ledger. The one that sadly died.
Oh, Heath Ledger.
I was like, he's saying Keith. Isn't
He
he?
was saying Keith.
Who?
That's why I had to say Heath, and he went, yeah.
Keith.
And then he went, Keith!
I know. It's because my dad's called Keith. I'm so used to saying Keith all the time. But Heath.
We are on the right page, though, Dean. We
Yeah.
understand you.
But yeah, when Heath was in there, when Heath did it, everyone's going to compare whatever actor comes in to do it.
Yeah.
It's going to be compared to his. So they're going to have to pull off
See,
one hell of a performance.
He raised the bar unbelievably high.
But
Unbelievably
he
high.
was minimalistic in the terms of cosmetics, appearance. It was all him, which I don't think many people could outdo.
What, Heath?
Yeah.
Well, he had a big scar on his face. And
Yeah, but obviously you got Leto.
Leo's just
where-
over the top, innit?
Yeah, he's got everything going on him, and
all them tattoos and
where
whole body's tattooed,
Heath
isn't it?
Ledger wouldn't have needed that, and I can see where that's coming from. But I think both, for the type of universe, maybe in Suicide Squad, Heath Ledger might not have fitted in. For
yeah,
the type,
I
for
think
that type of
I think
character.
Leto's is more of a comic book style version of the Joker than Heath's.
Yeah.
But, Christine.
Who would you say, apart from Heath Ledger, was possibly one of the best up there?
Was Jack
Nicholson, I would say, and Heath Ledger were both the better parties in playing
See, I
Joker.
could quite like Jack Nicholson. He was quite good.
He fit with the theme of that type of.
If you're saying like what you did say with Heath, you wouldn't want to mess with him. He looked psychotic, just his pure talent brought out his psychotic acting ability. In him.
Jack Nicholson just looks psycho anyway, doesn't he?
He looked psychotic anyway. He was just a fucking idiot in it, and it was kind of like the same play with Heath. You know, it was just like natural talent of playing the psychotic idiot.
So yes or no then, do you reckon, for this standalone
I
film?
think it's probably a good idea because it gives them more freedom. They're not tied to the actors. With the risk of Ben Affleck possibly not being Batman in the future, it means that they can make more Batman films without having to try and explain why they've changed actors.
Well, they'll just get another actor like they've done with the other 30,000.
I don't think they want to do that because Marvel have been so good with keeping actors and all the way through. They want to.
Is there a reason why he wouldn't want to come back? Is it because the criticism that he's received?
If Batman flops, the solo film, he won't come back.
See, with Batman and Superman, he got ridiculed, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
He
was the best part of it as well, which is annoying. But Ben Affleck, he started getting his Oscars and he was directing films and his Hollywood status was high up. But now he's doing Batman. I think he maybe feels like he's coming because the scores for obviously all these DC films are lower.
See, I didn't mind that. Towards the end, I thought you mentioned before there was just too much into it.
Yeah.
Which didn't need to be in there. But you could see there was an interview with him and Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just saw his face, just think, what was the point? You know what I mean? He just looked so disappointed and so disgraced.
I like Henry though. I like Henry as Superman as well.
Yeah, I do. I think he fits that role quite nicely.
I think it's a weird choice for them because everyone's obviously, all the studios are now trying to make universes. We've mentioned it a few times. And then all of a sudden they've gone, you know what? Let's just do some standalone films. Like, it is a lot of work to create worlds like that. And I think it does. It gives them more freedom. We might see little films that we wouldn't have got before. You know what I mean?
It'd be interesting to see who they pick, though.
I don't know.
If they don't go with the Suicide... What's his name?
Gerard Leto.
They won't go with him, no. If it's a standalone film, I think the whole point is they've got more freedom to do it with different
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see who they would pick.
Other news, Daniel Craig has officially said he will do it one more time.
One more time!
I heard this for the first time, yeah.
And he said he could not be happier.
Yeah, he's quoted to say, I just want to go out on a high note, and I can't wait.
High note with high dollars.
That's interesting to say, though, didn't he? When he said, money, of course, but he said high notes. So is he admitting that the last adventure maybe wasn't as good as what he thought?
Shit is the word you're looking for. Shit. But that one ended quite nicely for him. That was it didn't. I mean, that's why it was shit, because they tried to pull all them films together. They hadn't planned that from the start, and so it all felt very... They just jigsawed it all together. What
was his last one?
Spectre.
Yeah, Spectre, yeah. And some people thought it was brilliant and really enjoyed it, and other people
who were wrong thought that.
Yeah. I was disappointed.
I'd rather watch GoldenEye.
I was disappointed.
Really?
It was the car chase in it. The car chase in it didn't go anywhere. It was just an advert for the two cars. There was no crashing or anything like that. They literally just drove through the streets for 10 minutes. It was like, this is rubbish.
It had a really long slow period in the middle of the film, didn't it, before it got to the final scene.
And when he's doing about 60 to 70 miles an hour through, I don't know, dodgy lanes, he's actually got his eyes fixated on a console.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you would do that when you're driving high speed.
And then
fuck off.
The scene when he's getting tortured as well, his escape was just pathetic. And it just annoyed me.
In GoldenEye, John, he had to watch that, the laser.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, but.
Do you know what? I've forgotten to bring that up, with the fucking pen.
Yeah.
How many times? I would have lost count out of that.
He had some concentration.
He knew at that point in the moment.
It's lucky you found someone who likes to click pens. Who does that?
I know, yeah.
But with his laser on his watch, at least he wasn't distracted. He actually was concentrating on the job at hand by, I don't know, there was 8 foot of like solid metal that he had to get through, and then stamp out, get out, you know. Yeah, that was more believable. Was it? Fuck.
Yeah. So yeah, you know what? One more, fine. Do it with a smile on your face, though. Actually put some effort into it. That was another thing with Spectre. He just didn't give a shit, did he?
No.
There was a BBC News interview, which was quite hilarious, actually, because it was a guy who does podcasting for Sky, for James Bond fans, and he was quite miserable. He was pretty...
Daniel Craig.
But he's not bothered about Daniel Craig. He was more bothered about getting another actor in. But then he sort of talked about the future of James Bond, who could sort of... And we were talking about a lot of podcasts ago about who would replace James Bond. And we were like, Idris Elba.
I think he'd be brilliant.
Yeah, I do.
But because he's coming up to the sort of similar age, he wouldn't be able to hold it on.
Well...
which I thought that was quite an interesting point, because you think, how many years has Daniel Craig been doing it?
This is his 5th one, isn't it? 4th one?
Over how many years, though?
Well, that'll be his 5th coming up, I think.
So it's got to be over, what,
so
10 years?
Yeah, Casino Royale, and then he did that other one, didn't he?
Skyfall.
No, there was one between them.
Quantum of Solace.
Yeah.
Will that make him the actor that's made the most Bonds? Has anyone else done 5?
Roger...
I don't know.
Sean Connery must have done quite a few.
Sean Connery, I'd have thought.
But Daniel Craig is coming up to the age that Sean Connery sort of finished, and the other fella. So they were like talking about, Idris Elba, he would be a perfect sort of model for the new James Bond. But then again, he'd be surpassing that sort of age difference, and he'd be getting on by the time he wants to do his 3rd film, 4th film maybe.
Well, it doesn't matter. He doesn't have to. He can stick around for just a few.
Yeah, but then that'd be like Arnold Schwarzenegger scenario.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, Daniel Craig, he's not no like spring chicken, and he went to the gym and he just built himself up and made made himself look.
But what's
pretty
that? Yeah,
decent.
exactly. But you're going to get to a point where it's going to be stupid, ridiculous. You know, like 60-year-old man.
Well, we had Casino Royale, which was good, and then we had Quantum of Solace, which was poor. Then we had Skyfall, which was great, and then we had Spectre, which was poor. So now we're on track for another good one, aren't we?
Well, if you want to go on a high note, it's got to be.
Have you noticed about all the role reversals that are going on at the moment? Maybe the next James Bond's going to be a woman. Who knows?
Yeah, well, like Doctor.
Why not?
Who knows? Well, why not?
Why not?
Who knows? It seems
Yeah,
to be
feminist,
the fashionable
all that
thing,
kind of
isn't it?
stuff
Jesse
in
Bond?
Hollywood at the minute.
Gillian Bond, take your pick.
It better be good for Doctor Who. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Craig must have seen that script though. I think to agree to do it again, he must have had a good idea what they're going to come up with.
Yeah.
So he's seen an outline
We
of the
hope
script and
so,
thought,
don't
I
we?
want to do this.
We hope so.
I want to do this.
Definitely. On to reviews. You ready, Dean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, me and Dean have seen Hitman's Bodyguard with Ryan Reynolds.
we have.
Samuel L. Jackson.
We have.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Very good.
Very good.
Better than I thought it would be.
Better than I thought it would be.
I went in expecting quite an average comedy double act, and I come out and I was like, you know, that was brilliant.
You're going to pick a negative though, aren't you?
Well, this is where I struggled. Right, we did an after credits review of it.
And I actually listened to that.
Did you?
I listened to that.
Oh, that's very
And
kind of you.
because you couldn't pick a negative,
It's really
You
at the
couldn't-
time, straight after the whole point of that show is we've just left the cinema.
and yet you still give it a 3. How can you when you
I
can't-
gave it
when
a
you,
4.
But you give
Oh,
it
is
a 4. But hang on, this is what I couldn't understand, right? I was listening to it, and you couldn't pick out, or you couldn't think
Here
of
comes Angry John.
any sort of con. You had plenty pros, but not much con.
All right, I'll give you
Okay?
a con. The story was quite predictable and not massively anything that we haven't seen before.
I'm talking about the podcast that you did the review on.
The whole point is after credits. Now, so we knew it's not worth a 5. I mean, it was a fun film, but it wasn't. You've seen plenty of films like this where they're just, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, but at
it's
the
not-
time you
it's
couldn't
not
think of a con, but
standard.
yet you didn't give it a full on 5. I couldn't understand that. You enjoyed the film, you couldn't think of a con, but you only give it a 3 and a 4. Why?
You watch it
Well, what it is,
and
I
you
will.
tell us.
for me,
I will.
right, for the type of film it was, where it was a double act.
Yeah.
It was not. It's never going to be a film for me that goes to that level where it's absolutely outstanding. There's only certain
It just
films
didn't.
that reach.
It didn't. Nothing kind of stood out to go, wow.
Yeah, I mean,
It just did everything
I wanted to give it
as
a
it should.
3.5, but we don't do 0.5, so
Yeah.
I went for a 3, went for a 4, which was a 3.5.
You went
Solid
for the,
eight
you
and a
went
half.
for the higher option, I must admit. Well done, thank you very much.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I did listen to it and I thought it was quite a good review. To be
I know it's
honest.
like what you're saying, John. It's like you're saying, but maybe I should not think when I'm coming doing after credits. I shouldn't think about judging it overall in films that I like or don't like. Maybe I should be giving it a mark out of its genre, like out of a double act action film.
Yeah.
What is it out of 5? And then you're right, it should be a 4 or 5.
See, I think with Ryan Reynolds, possibly one of the funniest talents, and Samuel L. Jackson, I mean, he's just an A-list, whatever he does.
Yeah. They basically play themselves.
Play
It's
themselves,
Samuel L.
yeah.
from Pulp Fiction. It's Ryan Reynolds from Deadpool.
Yeah,
and
it's-
it has
it
some
looks
proper funny bits.
It
great.
works so
Generally
well.
does.
It
Yeah.
looks great.
But now we've had a bit of time to think about it, and this is where we kind of break it down a bit more. Like, I'd still struggle with negatives. I think just open your can, Dean.
The look on his face.
We had Nigel do a review for us, and he panned it a bit more than us, and
Did
he
he?
was saying it was just run like by the numbers type of film, and he wasn't that impressed.
You know what you said about after, because that was our initial thought. We always think of more things to do, and we went and we'll go through the review. But I went back after that film and I watched a few clips from Lethal Weapon
Okay.
and Bad Boys,
Yeah.
just to try and compare it to other double acts with actions and comedy and that. And I think it's better than Lethal Weapon. I enjoyed it more than the classics Lethal Weapon with Danny Glover and
Yeah.
Mel Gibson. I enjoyed it more,
Yeah.
but not quite as much as Bad Boys.
It's quite a statement.
Bad Boys 2. Bad Boys 2 was
okay.
amazing.
I think the action scenes were better in Bad Boys 2. I think the action scenes were well done in this film, but there was nothing that really stood out as like amazing. I mean, I enjoyed the chase through. Where are they? Amsterdam, aren't they?
We loved the scenes, didn't we? We loved it because you're in Europe, not in America.
The fight scene, yeah, that was a nice extra. But like, there's a fight scene which was, I liked it, but it just had a little bit of a messy-ishy feel compared to Atomic Blonde's fight scene. Like, there's just little things that just weren't. It's really hard to explain. It's a brilliant film. Everyone should go and see it. It's really enjoyable, but it's just not a film that you'll. It's not a classic, is it? It's not a
classic, yeah. It's not a classic.
But thoroughly enjoyable.
But you will be entertained from start to finish.
Mm-hmm. There's not much else to say about it, to be honest.
It's exactly what you expect. Samuel L. and Samuel L.
It's a double-act comedy with action
Ryan
in
Reynolds
it.
being in.
I've seen the trailer for it and it looks...
Playing off each other.
It looks really good.
Yeah, some brilliant scenes in it. One criticism Nigel had was there's too much swearing in. He felt it was forced and stuff. But Samuel L. I just think does it naturally.
Oh, there's another thing we thought was good. It was a proper adult film. It had blood.
Yeah.
Splatting everywhere. It had swear words. I thought that was a positive for me.
Yeah, the way cinema is and stuff has been. Like, Dunkirk for me was shot like watered down. You didn't get that... The
nitty-gritty.
Yeah, you weren't like, oh my god, this is war, this is awful. Like, you get from Saving Private Ryan, you see everything and you're like, it's shocking. Dunkirk was very safe in that regards because they're trying to keep it open to as many people as they can, and I do think it damages films in a way. This one just didn't give a shit. It threw in motherfucker and like other pretty
colourful words.
Yeah. And it was a breath of fresh air. Atomic Blonde had that, but they felt forced. Like, this one felt like...
natural.
Yeah, that it should have done.
Even that Ford Focus isn't ding.
It did.
I heard that part as well.
Ford Focus.
You were over the moon with that.
I was. European cars, European scenery, European cars, not all these American scenes and props and everything that you see in most films. So, it was a nice change.
America owned Ford, don't they?
Yeah, it's American company.
It was still a European model.
It was a European model.
Yeah.
See, I do like...
There's some brilliant scenes. There's a bit where he goes flying through the windscreen and he just gets up and he's just looking at him and he's like, what was that about? And
That's in the
you should have
trailer
put
as
your
well, isn't it?
seatbelt
Yeah.
on.
He's like, seriously?
I do like movies where they just don't give a fuck and they just write it how they want to write it and just give hell for leather in a performance, like Deadpool, if you like.
Yeah.
I mean, Deadpool was again another Ryan Reynolds special.
That was alright.
You know, a lot of F's and Jeffs. Brilliant.
Yeah. So you two go and watch that film if you get a chance.
Oh well, I'll be watching that.
Dean, you have to run off, don't you, to do that family thing?
No, I'm quite happy here.
Dean, don't you need a shit?
Family emergency.
It is that
Mate,
time.
look, if you need to take that call, like if you need to go and talk to...
Oh, was that a bowel movement?
Oh mate.
Oh, Dean!
all day.
Fucking hell. Dean,
God,
go and
Dean.
sort that out, quickly. Dean, now, go. I'm not kidding. That was disgusting.
Take your phone.
Yeah, I'd take your phone.
Yeah, I'll take your phone with you.
Just in case you've got a Clash of Clans.
Yeah, just in case,
Shit,
because the
what
door
he
locks
just has.
sometimes.
Oh my god, that was disgusting. Is that age? It's got to be age.
Been in him since he was a baby, that has.
Absolutely. I'll tell you
Take
what,
care,
you got to
Dean.
word with yourself. There's tablets for that.
Don't worry, we'll just talk amongst ourselves while you... Yeah?
Love you, Dean.
He could be gone a while, lads.
I don't
Better
think.
not miss the celebrity call again. I'm sick of missing the celebrity call.
No.
Do not do the celebrity
There's tablets for
call
what you've got, mate.
until I've flushed and
You've got no one else to blame but yourself. Doctors is a phone call away.
Yeah. You know, but he's going to be ages though anyway.
Well, tough. You know what I mean?
I said we'd just talk amongst ourselves while he's not here, but we're going to have to crack on, aren't we? It's getting on a bit, you know.
But you can't keep the celebrities waiting, mate.
No, you're right. I mean, especially not Daniel Craig.
Shut your tits.
No fucking way.
Fucking hell.
Genuinely got Daniel Craig on, and
I
it's
tell
a
you
good
what.
time to get him as well, isn't it? Like all this
yeah,
Bond
especially-
news,
yeah.
and he's in Logan Lucky as well.
I tell you what, he couldn't be happier. He couldn't be
So-
happier at this point in time. Best time to give him a ring.
Right, so let's get him on the phone, shall we? A second.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
Should be alright, this, shouldn't it? Here we go.
Hello. Who is this, please? Hello?
Hello, you are on air. Please do not swear. Thank you for taking your time out, Daniel Craig, for talking to us with your advertising of your promotion, of Logan Lucky. And I imagine you're a very busy guy, so thank you very much.
You're welcome, and I am a very busy guy. You got that correct.
Yes. We have to talk about your latest film. That's why you allowed us to ring you. But we do have a few questions. You've been in the news recently. We've just been covering that. But Logan Lucky, your latest film, you play quite a different character than your usual. He's certainly not Bond, is he?
He is definitely not Bond. No, very observant of you.
It sounds like he's still in character now, to be honest, Daniel.
So come on then, what are they looking like? Are they looking fabulous?
Who's looking fabulous?
You look.
What would you rate my performance in that those trailers that you've seen? Have you seen it all? What do you think?
Unfortunately, I haven't been given an early access screening of it, so I don't know what it's like. I'm sure it's good. I will see it.
I'm sure it's good. I don't give a crap what you amateurs think. Anyway, go away.
It hasn't done all that well at the box office. But I mean, are you looking to do other types of roles? Do you quite like this? Is it a nice change from being Bond?
Well, yes, it was quite a nice change, but I do feel that I need to go back to my roots because it's very important that I bring in the money.
I've got a question for you, Daniel.
Go ahead. You sound a bit uncouth. Who are you?
I'm John. I'm one of the members of the Popcornography podcast group. Daniel,
sound a bit Geordie to me, John. I don't like Geordies. No, I don't mind Geordies. Come on, get on with it. Come on.
I'm kind of like
time is money.
Semi-Geordie, Daniel. In relation to
off the mic a bit.
In relation to this new Bond role that you are going to take on, now was this money motivated? Do you think?
It was. Were you just listening there, John? Of course it was money motivated. I'm going back to basics. I just felt I need to do one more film. Because if I just do one more film, become Bond at one last time, you will all see the brilliance and I will be voted the best Bond ever to grace the screen.
It sounds like you want to pay off a debt. Have you got a gambling problem?
I've got no gambling problem, John. Your finances are none of my business. I'll have you know.
That was very honest of you. I mean, that's quite a big thing. Like you just had to be Bond one more time to make more money and to be seen as the greatest Bond.
Exactly. Have you seen GoldenEye? People still hold that high regard. What a load of shite. 90s shite. I will be known as the best Bond. I thank you.
So,
and you.
Can I ask, I'm really interested, what did you think of Spectre? Were you happy with that?
Spectre should have been called Sphincter, because it really was just controlling shite after shite. I was really disappointed. It made me question if I was ever going to be another Bond ever again.
But
I decided I wanted to end on a high.
Right, okay.
It sounds like you are.
Because people only remember your last performance.
You're right, like, absolutely. But when you were in Spectre, you could kind of tell you weren't
giving it your all.
Yeah, you didn't. You seemed very mopey.
I was very mopey. So I won't get much sleep doing that film. You know, it wasn't the best period in my life.
Oh dear.
So I'm guessing it didn't actually bring in the adequate dollar signs then.
No, I mean it was all right. I made a little bit of money, but not enough, John. Not enough, John.
With you getting on a bit as well, keeping fit and stuff. Like, John's finding out at the moment how hard it is to build muscle when you're, over the edge a bit. Like of the young, hanging off the young branch.
Over the edge.
Where was that going?
I don't know. When you're hanging off
the edge.
Hanging off the young branch of a tree.
You're a very rude young man.
So do you find
you're
it?
Very, 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 very rude.
Hugh Jackman has gone on record to say he's struggled. Oh, he's hung up.
I had a really good question.
Hang on. I can't believe we've actually had a celebrity hang up on us.
I know, yeah.
Judging by Rick's questions, I fucking wonder why.
I didn't think it was that bad. Right, we'll just get your question asked and then we'll hopefully be alright. Different podcast there.
Hello, is that my cleaner?
Hi, yes, it is the cleaner. The cleaner. The cleaner. Yeah, I just have a question for you.
Oh yes, sir.
Be Chinese.
Are you a new cleaner? I've heard your voice before.
Oh yes, I am a new cleaner. I just wanted to ask you about your new romance film that you are currently doing. Do you know the name?
What film is that?
Well, you're in it. You should know this film. It is The Kings.
The what?
Kings.
I can't understand your accent.
Sorry. I was trying to ask if you would enjoy working with a female actor that you've worked with before. Halle Berry. You know her.
Of course I know Halle Berry. What's this got to do with cleaning my shitter?
So.
It's got nothing to do with cleaning my shitter.
My question is, what was it like working with an actor you've worked with before as such a beauty as Halle Berry?
Oh, I see. You're appealing to my ego, yes. Well, yes, she is a superb actress, I think. I mean, well, actually, she's quite average, isn't she? Compared to me, she's not that good, but working with her was quite superb, I thought, yes. I thought we worked quite well together, yes.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I've lost the accent.
You sound like that post lady of Postman Pat.
You sound like more Geordie than me.
Thank you for taking your time out, Daniel Craig.
Hang on a minute, mate. What's happened to your accent?
And good luck with Logan Lucky, and I really hope your next Bond film's better than the last.
What's going on here?
Bye.
There we go, Daniel Craig. Well, the thing is, right, I think what sets us apart from all the other podcasts is we actually, and radio stations and TV shows, we ask the questions people actually want asking.
Yeah,
like, no one's gonna...
That's it, we don't know back.
No one's gonna say, look, you're getting on a bit, how hard it is to build up muscle. I mean, I know he hung up, but, I mean, if he'd answered that...
Joe, Dean's missing another tree. Dean! Oh, Dean!
So the new...
Oh, you flushed, mate.
I tell you what, you look...
Oh,
quite out of
look
sorts,
flushed.
mate. Was that a...
Did you get it all sorted with your family and you
Do not go in that toilet for another hour, lads.
Did you have a lump of wood to bite on?
What?
Did you have a lump of wood to bite on?
Oh, yeah.
Ding.
I had to bite on it hard, John.
Daniel Craig we've had on the phone, mate.
Oh, no. Yeah, well, look, I know we said, but we had to get on with the show, mate, so... Sorry.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
You promised me.
You would have loved it.
I
tell you what.
He's a bit of a prick, to be honest.
We went in depth, mate. We went in depth. We didn't know back. Daniel Craig, mate.
Daniel Craig.
The powder. He loves a bit of poutness, doesn't he? Huh?
Right.
Not who I thought it would be.
Next feature. Crew.
Wow.
Review.
Oh, baby.
Welcome to Crew Review, where we review a film voted for by the Twitterverse. Last week we were given the option of flight movies, films based in some kind of aircraft. My choice was Flight with Denzel Washington. Should have won. Yours was Sully with Tom Hanks. Yours was
Apollo 13, which should have won.
With also Tom Hanks. He likes airplanes, doesn't he?
And mine was the very unpopular choice of Top Gun.
Yes, you dick.
Unpopular with us, but not unpopular with the Twitterverse, where that one won by a landslide. It was always going to, because Dean chose it, because he knew he was going to win.
It's a fraud. Dean is a fraud.
He's a gunk.
It's alright.
I'm going to actually throw something in there straight away. It was better than GoldenEye.
Better than GoldenEye, yes it was.
Anything's better than GoldenEye at the moment.
Yeah, but I just want to say that you lot slated me when this choice came out.
I still am.
Yeah,
I still am slating you.
You're not off the hook, mate.
You're not off the fucking hook.
All it was I really wanted to watch Flight again. I wanted you to experience Flight because it's a fantastic film. You haven't seen Sully, you could have gained some knowledge there. We've all seen Top Gun a million times, but you know what? I'm glad I watched it again.
Do you know Top Gun, yes, the soundtrack, the part at the beginning.
Part at the beginning?
Like the music and whatever, like the theme and stuff like that.
The afterburners.
It was quite good intro.
The beauty of this film is it's totally 80s. The
Yes.
soundtrack is incredible.
But I tell you what,
This is one of the best soundtracks.
Danger
for any
Zone.
film.
yeah, but they had I can't remember the fucking main tune now, but
Boom, 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 boom.
they had that tune in for fucking
Boom,
ages
boom,
before it
yeah.
actually kicked off.
Boom, boom, boom. What, that one? Take My Breath Away.
Yeah, but it was just that little tune at the
Have you also noticed in the scene, right, they'd start that song up and then it'd stop when it got a bit, like, heated.
Yeah.
And then when they'd start talking sexy again, it'd start again.
Yeah.
Like, boom, boom, boom. And it happened quite a few times.
And it wasn't until the bedroom scene where Take My Breath Away came in. Right? And
The actual words of it.
And then it went on.
I'll tell you what, if Tom Cruise came over to me and tried to chat me up, not it would, in the way he did in that film, I'd take his breath away for the rest of his life. Like, his chat-up lines, and I wanted to punch him. How cringy is it in the bar?
it
I mean,
was
the song's
so
good.
terrible.
I like how they do this. He can't sing, for one. Jesus Christ.
Man.
Remember when I sang that I don't know if you were there, on the train on the way back from Newcastle, the whole train started singing. That sounded better than that was full of drunk chavs. He can't sing. But it wouldn't work. That's not how you chat up a girl. That would never work on a girl. Would it?
No.
I mean,
I think the uniform did it more for her than the singing did, mate.
she's surrounded by uniforms. That's her job. She'll have seen that a million
Basically,
times.
you've got Tom Cruise in a uniform, sex appeal.
He follows her into the girls' toilet after being shot down. It was almost to the point of rape.
It was creepy.
It was
creepy.
desperation, yeah.
Because he also mentioned where you could do it, which was the counter sink.
But the only thing is, though, wasn't he pissed? Didn't he have a few drinks beforehand?
Can I just point out, right, though, this apart from the love interest, this film is a bromance film.
You're talking about the actual tune of how it went on for ages with the love scene
Yes.
and what have you. I found that with Goose.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is what this was.
Yeah.
This was a
When-
bromance film.
There's a lot of gay undertones.
When
in
he
this.
died,
Goose got goosed.
the actual,
Sorry, funny
the
time.
what do you call it? The depressing sort of theme tune played a lot. I found
The depressing kind of.
like you had to do like a sort
You've
of
lost that love and feeling.
No. When Goose died,
Okay.
afterwards, you had like a depressing sort of like theme tune going on.
Right.
Like and it just went on for ages.
Yeah, they use a lot of electro music in that.
But that was
Electro
that was
keyboards,
him.
exactly. Well, yeah.
That was him.
But even the baddie, who is not really a baddie, Iceman,
Iceman.
you know,
Val
he wasn't a
Kilmer.
baddie.
How young did Val Kilmer look?
The scene, though,
was
in the
so cheesy
It
as
was.
fuck.
Yeah.
I thought if this was the bad guy, it would be the worst bad guy.
the scenes in the locker room, and it's like. And
Yeah,
he bites
I know,
his
yeah.
thing, and it's just like, just kiss. Just
Yeah.
you both want to kiss.
Yeah.
Just kiss. Just make out. Get it over with.
No wonder they got the stigma in the Navy, because of this film.
But John said it. He thought it was when he watched it, it wasn't that bad a film. It was quite a good film. You're gonna say it, Si. You're gonna say it. It was quite a good film.
It had the energy. It did have the bromance.
It was
No.
quite a good film.
I'll tell you what, if it didn't have the planes in, it'd be shit. Right? The only thing that kept me interested
Was the planes.
There we go.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because it's a film that I haven't watched in a while. There were certain scenes that I actually possibly haven't seen, and it was new to me. But yes, sadly I did.
I tell you what I quite liked about it was the way you lose quite a main character in it, don't you? And you do genuinely feel like
Yeah.
sad about it.
I like how the
I
other
did.
main protagonist and Maverick become good friends at the end.
Yeah.
So I've noticed how Val Kilmer said he's waiting to be signed up for Top Gun 2. It's up to it's literally up to the filmmakers if they're signing back up again for it.
Have you seen how frail he is though at the minute?
No, we'll come back to Top Gun 2 because I don't think it will work. The thing that made this special is because it's so 80s.
It is so 80s. And, you know, it's so corny, it's so cheesy, it's so bromance, it's so
But that's what
romance.
makes it what it is.
It is, that's what makes it what it is.
It wasn't the best written script in the world. Have you noticed
No,
that?
you know what though? It's very quotable.
It's quotable. That's what all movies are
There's
quotable.
a few like
80s
you've
and
obviously
90s.
got a Need for
Very quotable.
Speed. I mean that'll never. I've got the I got the need.
Do you know what?
Great balls of fire.
I love that one.
Must be close. He must be close. I'm getting a hard on. I like that.
Yeah.
There's some really good lines in it.
Must be close. I'm getting. I don't.
When the
recall
MIG,
that one.
when they do the training, one of the first MIG training sessions, and he can't see him. He said, "We must be close because I'm getting an add-on." And the MIG all of a sudden comes round.
I must have missed that.
John made me laugh as well. How they created an impression of tension by spraying everyone on the head with a water sprayer. Everyone was just glistening the head.
Yeah, literally sweating the tits
Perfect
off.
water droplets.
I know.
See someone there, makeup, spraying the
Literally
faces, and then starting to film.
Sweating the tits off.
And sorry, Tom, but what was going on with his teeth back then? Like his whole mouth was like to the side.
That was very cheesy.
He wasn't
cheesy grin.
symmetrical. His like front teeth are like he's got
I don't know, I
one of
can
his
tell
main
his
teeth
attention.
is in the middle of his mouth. He must have had a teeth job. I think he has some
Also, who played Goosey's wife?
Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan, yeah.
Beautiful.
You big stud. Take me to bed or lose me forever.
There's another line.
Yeah,
There's
see?
another line. The actual aeroplane scenes and stuff as well. You can kind of tell that they weren't. It's like stock imagery, isn't it? And they've just kind of glued them all together.
Yeah.
Well,
obviously
if you
the
watch,
action scenes.
If you watch the end credits, the amount of pilots that they thanked for the film.
But that's impressive, though, isn't it? How they made a battle scene just by using stock imagery and like clever editing and stuff. I think that's impressive.
Jerry Bruckheimer had done the film, which I wasn't actually aware of.
He was a producer. Yeah, Tony Scott's the director.
But what I found as well at one of the end scenes when you had Merlin and Tom Cruise basically firing the rockets. Well, to be honest, there was a few planes firing rockets and what have you. But it just looked like the same rocket was being fired.
Yeah.
Well,
There was like, we down to one, we only had fucking one underneath it.
Yeah.
Each and every time.
But it's small little details that would have passed then, you know, obviously now would get picked up by critics. And
I think the main point as well, compared to GoldenEye, Top Gun was pretty much as I remembered it. I've not seen the film in 15, 20 years, but when I watched it, it was what I was expecting. When GoldenEye wasn't what I remembered, so there was a difference between watching those two films. The
quality, I don't know if it's just because the way it was rendered, I don't know. I feel like the quality, I watched it in 720 on my plasma.
So that.
Which was absolutely superb, the quality of the film, which I didn't find with GoldenEye. GoldenEye, it looked cheesy, it looked choppy, it looked grainy. I didn't get my visual satisfaction, I would say.
Quite a few years between these as well.
Yeah, and Top Gun, for the shittest film it was anyway, the quality was perfect. I really enjoyed it. So, yeah.
Out of the two so far, Top Gun is unfortunately the better.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is at the end, like a war starts.
Or some mix turn up.
Some people.
Yeah, but we don't know who that war with, do we?
It's glossed over, isn't it? And you're like,
but obviously in the 80s...
Are we at war now? Like World War III or something?
In the 80s, obviously, it was quite close to the Cold War, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
So,
tensions are still running high.
Obviously, for political reasons, they've obviously avoided Russia being mentioned.
Wasn't it a rescue operation, though? It was a rescue operation that they needed air support for, wasn't it? If I remember rightly. Because they were at the ceremony where Val Kilmer got Top Gun, didn't he? He got the Top Gun trophy.
They had to run off, didn't they?
Yeah, and then Tom Cruise come in, congratulations, all that sort of shite. And then you had the top instructor said, I would take you anytime, I would fly with you, no problem at all. And then it all came out, oh, by the way, we've got to send you up in the sky in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And
Not
then
prepared to fly because he's just lost his...
So he's still brains all over the fucking shop. But anyway, he goes up anyway. And I'm sure it's to do with the rescue operation where they had to be air support for these MiGs that were... That was to be fucking MiGs, doesn't it? That MiGs were in the area.
You do genuinely feel the emotion in this film, though, don't you? So you've
got that.
Yeah, you lose Goose, and then you're there with him when he's struggling, and you understand why he's struggling. Like, there's no kind of fakery here. Like, you see some films and you just think, I'd get over that, or like, I don't know, they deal with it quite nicely.
I did like how it sort of connected from the beginning of the film, where he sort of he talked that other pilot who sort of broke down and had that fear factor and talked him back into landing, and then you saw Tom going through it because of losing his best mate, and I did quite like that because it was sort of like, now this is your turn to sort of like, are you going to come through?
As fun as the movie is, it touches on how emotional impact it can have in
point,
war, losing partners and stuff.
What Si said is a good point. They did set the tone at the start of the film because they know they're going to put him through the same journey of something on his mind affecting his performance later on in the film. So it did pay off quite well. You're right. Yeah.
What I like
brilliantly done actually
is the actual cameras within the planes itself. Like
I did quite like that. Yeah. That was quite clever because it's still, even though for an 80s film, you still got the sense that they were in the plane. Yeah. He was looking around his head trying to see it, and then it cut to that battle scene, and he was like, "There's the MiG-18, the MiG." And then they're back in the cockpit. He's like, it's gone down the other side. And I did like the fact that
the pacing was brilliant, and they've really slowed it down when he died. One thing is, like, they do fall for each other quite quickly. Him and the bird, don't they? That's kind of. But there's a lot to fit into quite a short film. What's the runtime on that?
It is 1 hour 30. That is I don't even think it's that full.
Didn't feel like a long film when I was watching it.
You know, for all the little flaws that it has and all the little details that are sort of messed up, sort of makes that film Top Gun.
Yeah.
You know, and if it did a remake into
today,
doing a remake. Yeah, but if they did it in our sort of style and it was exactly word for word,
they're going to have to, aren't they?
I don't think it's going to have the same effect.
It's not going to. Of course, it's not.
It's going to be very hard to make the film as likable as that. It just everything about it. It's 80s. It's brilliant soundtrack. The flow of the movie. The slowing down for the deaths. There's a bit of cheesiness in it, but it knows it's cheesy. I think it doesn't shy away from that. It's got some homo dodgy bits. Do you know what I mean? It does.
Very close to.
And what's going on with his pecs?
I know. They're playing volleyball. Topless.
You know, weird.
That made me laugh. Tom Cruise, the shortest person in the world. He beats these 6 foot people at volleyball. I was like, goodness, he must have taken it a bit far.
But he is a
hell of a spring in his step, though. Hell of a spring in his step.
And then it was a bit in a realistic way. He turns up. Iceman took out one plane, I think, one MiG, and then he turns up and takes out about 3. There's about 4 or 5 MiGs. He turns up and takes 3 of them out. But
it's the film that made Tom Cruise who he is, though.
Yeah,
isn't it?
It wasn't about realistic dogfighting. No one dogfights like that nowadays. Which makes me interested now they're going to do the new film. Are they going to have automatic drones in the new film, or
no idea?
What is it going to be like?
Well, they're going to have to do it. They can't remake how they did that. They can't. I mean, that's a one-off. It's got to be. It's going to be something that's up-to-date technology now. It's got to be.
Oh, it will be. Apparently, I think he's going to be a flight instructor because at the end of this film, he says he's going to be one of them. But then he has to still be the action star. Tom Cruise is the action star, so I don't know how they're going to do it. But we'll have to wait and see, won't we?
Have to wait and see.
But out of 5. What would you give it now?
Well, I'll go first. And as much as I've slated Dean, as much as I've slated the film, I would have based this. I would have based it on 2, but because of the quality, and
2,
and because of the quality, and because of the planes, I'd probably say 3.
John, I think that's harsh.
Do you?
I genuinely think it still stands up today as one fantastic film.
It's not my cup of tea. I don't like romance. I don't like bromance. I don't like.
You're going to get that in any film, though. Romance is
but that's its
you
main.
You are very against romance.
That's its main set. That's what it is. Its main.
Is it?
It's a romance film.
No, I wouldn't say that.
It's a blend of a lot.
No, it's heavily romance. It's heavily romance.
Yeah, I would.
Romance and romance.
I wouldn't say
romance. Definitely a bromance film.
I think it's a beautiful mix of lots of genres in this.
I didn't get it.
It doesn't fixate on romance alone.
No, but
it is part of it. Yeah, but it's not in that genre, surely. No. Not a romance film. It can't be.
I wouldn't say so.
I would say it's more of an action film.
Yeah, of course it is.
But action films, a lot of action films have romance in it.
For me, I quite like how it doesn't try to overcomplicate anything that it does. It just gives you a story, a simple, basic story.
It's classed as a drama action.
Yeah,
there you go. Shut up.
Bollocks.
Yeah, I don't think it
overcomplicates
anything it does. It keeps it simple, straightforward. I was entertained all the way through. So yeah, I would give it probably a 4 out of 5.
It had it had cringe-worthy moments, and I mean cringe-worthy.
But it knows. I don't see that as a negative. I think it knows it's doing that.
But saying that aside, I'm
It's what
4.
gave it its charm.
I'm 4.
Yeah.
I'm 4.
Yeah.
4 out of 5.
I bordered between 5 and 4. I still think it's a fantastic film.
It
even
was.
now.
As much as I hate to admit it, and as much as I'm gritting my teeth, I would say, yeah.
I'm
it's
going to
up
give
there.
it 4 as
But I
well.
wouldn't be surprised to be a lot of
Goldeneye.
people on your side as well, Si. There'll be a lot of people that don't like it that much.
It's
not massively.
It's not that I
sort of-
don't like it. It's just it's just those settings set it off more to me as the premise of the film. Even though it's not supposed to be a romance film, I see it.
What have you got against romance?
It's
What
not
was
that.
wrong
I
with
don't
that?
like. I just don't. It's
Every
not my cup of
film's
tea.
you got
it's-
pretty much every movie's got some kind of love.
It's not. It's just the way
Journey.
That's my
it comes
point.
across. It's
Isn't it
just
weird,
it's
though?
too much for
We're all
me.
individuals. It's like, you look at me, why don't you like war or reality films?
Exactly.
And it's just, I can't really explain it because
Yeah.
I should like these amazing works of art when people produce these films.
Don't
but-
get me wrong. You know, in other aspects of the film, it's great. But to me, it's that side I picked up on most, and that's the reason why it's got a 3.
Okay.
Sorry.
3's still quite good. I give that.
Yeah, I didn't think that's
To be
bad.
honest, yeah, 3 is still
For a
good
1980s film.
7
for
like
Top Gun. Yeah, I'll give you that.
You're on IBM and you see a 7 point odd to 8. That's a pretty good film.
Still doing well on its ratings, and like I think no, it gets a Popcornography 4 out of. Sorry, but you're outvoted massively.
What did you give it?
I'll give it 4.
4, 4, 4.
4 for 4.
To end on the song as well that it kind of started with, I thought was really good. It's like the song choice is a bit great song, but you've lost that loving feeling. It's like that's the one he gets with her, and at the end it's that song. You've lost that loving feeling. Like
They did
Weird
overuse
choice.
"Take My Breath Away" a lot in that film.
great song though. They can use it as much as they want. 4 out of 5, eh? 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. It's going back to the karaoke scene. I just love it that Maverick was not good at something.
Yeah.
He wasn't good at absolutely everything.
They didn't
so-
stick like a voice over the top to make him sound like Elvis or something. They just
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like the Mary Sue in Star Wars where she was absolutely good at everything. Wasn't possibly one single thing she was bad at. Maverick could not do karaoke.
nope, couldn't. So this week, our film choice has to be based on a time travel theme.
Shit, man.
Well, the obvious obviously sprung to mind, didn't it? But when I've actually... What do you mean?
What did you say?
The obvious
Okay.
sprung to mind.
Yeah.
Don't you dare
Straight
say it.
off.
Don't you dare say it.
Well, I don't need to say it. I don't need to say it. As soon as you mention time travel film,
Don't bring it up then.
right?
This is what I got last time.
It's
Last week
obvious.
was Top Gun.
Don't bring it
I got
up.
this last week.
I'm explaining myself, cockhead.
He's gonna
Right,
fucking bring it
so
up. He's gonna be the knob this week. isn't he?
so I'm looking at IMDb. I'm looking at the best time
okay.
travel movies, and I tell you what, there's some good ones out there.
There is. I didn't think there was.
Apart from the obvious. So what I'm going to go for, and this is IMDb talking, not me.
John's going first in his film choice. by the way.
Deja Vu.
Yeah, by the looks of it.
Deja Vu.
Good choice.
Deja Vu.
Good
Deja Vu.
fucking
Now-
choice.
Now,
Denzel Washington.
it is
Yes.
Denzel Washington.
No, so it's kind of weird because I've heard of this film before.
I feel like I've been here.
If just a little description, just in case anybody's forgot. After a ferry is bombed in New Orleans, an ATF agent joins a unique investigation using experimental surveillance technology to find the bomber, but soon finds himself becoming obsessed with one of the victims. Director Tony Scott. Anyway, so
Tony Scott.
Tony Scott.
Well, you know what he just directed, don't you? Top Gun.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a coincidence, isn't
Oh,
it?
okay.
Yeah,
It's
I didn't know he'd
7.0
done that.
on the old IMDb, so that is my choice. Obviously, we know Denzel Washington is one of Hollywood's A-listers. He's just more or less fantastic in whichever film that he acts in all honesty. And from what I
bloody
remember,
good
in this
film.
particular film, it is possibly one of his best performances.
When was that released?
2013.
2006.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
No.
Or am I looking at the wrong one?
That's his 2006.
No, hang on. It wasn't that long ago. Surely to God.
Oh, 2006.
Oh, yeah,
Top,
no, you
isn't
are
it?
looking
Top
at the wrong
right,
one.
the right next to it, 2006.
Was that how long ago?
Wow, I remember seeing that at cinema.
Val Kilmer as well. Bloody hell, Top Gun.
Yeah.
Wow, good old Val.
Directors do
Fucking
like
hell.
to keep their actors, don't they? So.
So,
Yeah.
Fuck
Deja vu.
If
good
you wouldn't
choice.
mind, can I go next?
Okay.
My choice is Edge of Tomorrow.
Fuck.
Which, when it was released as a home release, was Live, Die, Repeat, which I think is a terrible name. We're sticking with Edge of Tomorrow. That is also Tom Cruise. This is weird, isn't it?
wow.
Yeah.
It's a good film, though.
It is a good film.
A soldier fighting aliens gets to relive the same day over and over again, the day restarting every time he dies, and he slowly has to try and work out how he's going to defeat them through trial and error. And I'll be honest, the premise of it is it's Groundhog Day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
And you'd just think it would get very repetitive, but it doesn't. It keeps you very interested, and it's got a great little twist.
Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
Yeah, it's got a 7.9 on IMDb.
I was gonna say, I like this movie. I do like it.
The only
I did
lull
like
it had, right, was that army camp bit.
Right.
But I tell you what, I even added comedy into that. Which
But I
was
love
cool.
how it starts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just jumps you straight into the action,
Yeah.
doesn't it? He's just
Yeah.
waking up in that same scene that he wakes up many times,
Yeah.
and you're on that journey with him.
And they don't try and Groundhog Day it too much in that they don't try and they start to speed up the
They do.
repeats, don't they?
They do.
As
They
the
do.
film
They
goes
keep
through,
jumping
yeah.
about, but-
I've only seen it once, and that was
Same
pretty
here.
much when it came out.
I really
So-
enjoyed it, and I'd like to give it another go.
4 times I've watched it now.
Wow.
Whoa!
Wow, deja vu for you then.
Yeah. I do
You are literally living that life.
It is a good film.
It's a
I
good
would-
film.
would-
Very
yeah.
good film.
Watch, rewind, repeat. And you can do that when this one wins.
And you can see if Tom Cruise has sorted his teeth out.
Yeah, true.
Nice.
That's another thing we can mention that in the next review.
But who would you rather see? I don't know. It's like is your main character Denzel Washington or Tom Cruise? I know who I'd pick.
I know who I'd pick, but it doesn't make the film better.
My choice of film is, because I haven't seen it since it initially came out, and it had quite a big impact on me when I watched it, was The Butterfly Effect.
Oh, now I'm interested in this because I haven't seen it.
You've never seen the Butterfly Effect?
I have never seen the
Neither
Butterfly
have I.
Effect.
John hasn't seen it either.
I have.
No, I've seen it to a certain
Oh,
extent.
Simon's not filling me with a lot of confidence.
No, I think I might be just too young for it.
It's a deep film. It really is a deep film. It got me thinking when I first watched it. It was unlike. I remember watching it, and it was unlike anything that I'd seen previously. So when I was watching it, I was thinking, "Wow, this is quite deep."
I found it hard to follow.
It's a really deep film.
Found what hard to follow?
Butterfly Effect.
I thought you hadn't watched it.
I said I watched it to a certain extent.
So you
Oh, you
started
watched it to a
watching
point.
it.
Oh.
Yeah, so you started
Yeah.
watching it. Yeah, and I remember that when it came out, the critics blasted it to bits. They did not like it at all. They was like, "Oh, it's rubbish," this, that, and the other. But then the fans, and when it came out and people watched it, people seemed to quite like it. What's it got on IBDM?
IBDM?
IDBM?
IMDb.
IMDb?
Copyright.
Butterfly Effect, you are looking at
Rewind that and go and try
7.7.
again, Dean. You could.
7.
Try again. I will. It's time travel back.
What's it got on what, Dean?
IMDb.
7.7, 2004.
Just don't drink Bud when you're doing podcasts.
Evan
7.4.
Evan Treborn
that's
suffers
alright.
blackouts during significant events of his life. As he grows up, he finds a way to remember these lost memories and a supernatural way to alter his life by reading his journal.
Love the premise of this. I do. I really like the idea of it all.
It reminds me, I know it's got no relevance, but it sort of reminds me sort of like Donnie Darko
Yeah.
sort of style.
I thought you might bring that up. But this was before, wasn't it?
Yes.
This is before Donnie Darko. Yeah.
No, Donnie Darko was well before. Was that 2001?
Was it
Donnie
before
Darko?
Butterfly?
I'm sure it was.
2004, this.
What was Donnie Darko?
Don't know. I don't know. But let's all
That's quite old as well.
let's all not forget that Deja Vu's better.
Deja Vu's better. Well, we'll see if we get to watch it. Well, I'm going for that just because I'd be interested to see what you all think of it now and how it stands up in modern times.
I've got 2.
Well, you can only have one.
I know. But the one I was originally going to go for, I can't do it because I've only just watched it twice. So I'm going to go for my second choice.
Well, what was your first? What was the other one?
Do you want to know what my first choice was?
Yeah.
Yes.
Interstellar.
Oh, right. Okay.
It is a beautiful film.
Likelihood is that would have won as well. I can kind of got.
Do you know? it is the main film. But also another good film that I quite like, Looper.
Okay.
Looper.
Love Looper.
Fuck off.
No, hang on.
Fuck
I you know what? I actually the first time I watched Looper, I enjoyed it.
It was just fucking disgusting.
I tried to watch it again not long ago, and I got a little bit. I don't know why. I just didn't. My attention wasn't there.
It's not. It has got some slow moments in it, and I would give it that. But I love the idea behind it. I love that. I love when you first watch that film, you don't know what the fuck is going on because it's some guy in the field and then gets blasted. It's out.
It's shit. It's not. It's crap. We actually bought it, put it on, switched it about halfway through, off.
Oh dear.
It was crap.
Oh dear.
Bruce Willis did not come across as.
John might end up having to watch a film.
No, it was fucking shite.
I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who is the main character alongside Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Bruce Willis.
Was shit.
He's brilliant.
Fuck off.
I like the twist in it. I do like the twist.
No, it's bollocks.
I
haven't
do.
even seen the end of it. I've seen about halfway through. Not even that. I was looking at Claire thinking, should we watch the end of this? She had not turned off.
No, it is.
Oh, it was awful.
It's worth. I think you know what the climax of the film and stuff does knock it up quite a bit.
It's still got a 7.4.
I've not seen it, but I've read so much about it, and it's like in breaking the cycle of what they're meant to be doing, isn't it? What they're meant to be doing in terms of time travel and
he gets sucked in, and he doesn't realise he becomes the Looper, does he?
John not wanting to watch this
Looper
probably means it'll win. I have to say some quick honourable mentions. I mean, there's a lot of films that could have chose, which would likelihood would have won, but like these are films we want to watch and we want to review these. So, but I've seen Back to the Future a million times. We've got Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, probably one of the biggest ones. I'm surprised no one said Terminator 2.
But that was going to be the obvious.
I was going to well, the obvious for me was going to be Back to the Future, but I was entailing between the Terminator.
It's anniversary this week as well.
The Terminator and Deja Vu, but I went with Deja Vu because Denzel Washington's a better actor. Better actor.
That's how we kind of got onto it, isn't it? Because it's re-released in cinemas this week. Terminator 2. It was 3D. I was close to going to see it.
I think the only reason those three films didn't come up is that we've probably all seen them so many times that.
As mentioned before as well, Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
I really like that film. It is such a.
I should have mentioned that Time Cop. Time Cop. Jean-Claude Van Damme classic.
Proper classic. Donnie Darko, you mentioned. Hot Tub Time Machine is one of my favourite comedies.
Brilliant.
I love it. The second one's
good.
awful, but I love. Because they go back. Is it the 80s, isn't it? They go back to?
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, but it doesn't have Denzel Washington though.
It doesn't. Source Code. I really like Source Code.
Source Code.
Simple film on a train. Love it. Watched it not long ago though. You not seen Source Code?
No, I've never heard of it.
You need to watch that, mate.
Yeah, no,
Source
it is
Code.
genuinely good.
Jake Gyllenhaal. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Predestination. That was my other choice.
Yes.
Which I came close to choosing because that is a real head fuck. Seriously.
Yeah. That's a dark.
Lovely.
What is that?
It's seriously, it's like proper messes with your head, but it's a brilliant. I had to look into it afterwards and just try and work it all out.
Have you not watched that?
No.
Oh, it's really good.
I tell you what, I found another mind fuck as well. Was 12 Monkeys.
Haven't seen that one.
I'm looking on it here. It's an 8 point something. Oh, it's an 8.0 on IMDb. 1995 when it come out, but it just wasn't working out for me. I watched it all.
I don't think
It's
I
a
watched
TV series as well, on it. TV series. It's quite a good premise.
Yeah.
It's quite a good film.
You love something about fucking monkeys, though, don't you?
Oh yeah, especially when there's 12.
No, I thought Doom would have chosen that.
It's nothing to do with monkeys as well.
So there we go.
Outbreak.
So what have we got? We've got Deja Vu. What have you got?
Butterfly Effect.
Butterfly Effect. I'm not even going to fucking ask what you've got signed.
Looper!
And Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow. Okay. So obviously vote for Deja Vu because it's a better film, better actor, better storyline, better overall, basically film. You know what I mean?
Obviously vote for Butterfly Effect because you don't want to spoil my 100% record.
No, we do want to spoil your 100% record. Please don't fucking vote for that.
I don't mind. I haven't seen it. I'm quite happy with that. I'd be quite happy with all three of these, apart from Looper.
Fucking Luke.
Well, you don't want to see Looper.
No, not really. So that's crew review
Not that
for this
bad.
week.
Definitely not
Wow.
that bad.
That's crew review for this week. Popcorn questions. Very quick one this week. Should we get into that?
Yeah.
So this week's is favourite Nolan film.
I'm going first before some fucker steals it.
Go on then.
Interstellar.
Well,
Oh yeah, but there's so many more. But my choice is Interstellar.
so normally I'd go through Twitter and read out the people's replies, but to be honest, it's just a list of films. It's not quite the same. You don't have it as you usually do. So what I did, I went through and I made a tally of everybody's votes. People felt pretty strongly about this. Dunkirk didn't do as well because I think it's with it being a new film. A lot of people still haven't seen that. What would you say the winner is out of his films? You've got like Prestige, Memento, Interstellar, Dark Knight. Well, the whole Batman trilogy you've got there.
Yeah.
Inception, Insomnia.
It's Inception, that was good. But personal, Interstellar.
Yeah. There's no right or wrong answer. That
There's no
he's
right
an
or wrong.
amazing director.
To be honest, Inception was unreal.
The idea of it all was fantastic.
Was just phenomenal.
And loads of people are going to choose Dunkirk, aren't they?
I would say Inception's up there.
Yeah.
Well, I would have thought The Dark Knight would.
Came down to two very obvious ones. Memento did well, third place. It came down to
Dark Knight.
Interstellar versus Dark Knight.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Would you know?
No.
Do you know?
I would have thought Inception and Dark Knight.
I've watched Interstellar so many times now, and I still get like the emotional goosebumps for it.
It is. It's great.
No,
Because
see, that's not my favourite one.
really,
Yeah.
It's not my favourite one, but I know what you mean because
Yeah.
there's been many times when I've
I like Prestige more than Inception.
see I'm torn between Inception and Dark Knight. Dark Knight was outrageous.
Yeah.
Have you seen
great.
Prestige?
No.
Have you seen Prestige?
I don't think so.
Magicians.
Is that
Yes, I might have.
Hugh Jackman.
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
I
I've
have.
seen it.
Yes, I have.
what's his name, man?
They're both competing with each other to be like
Yes.
the best
It's
magician in
it's
town.
set quite old in days, isn't it?
And the
Well,
twist at
Victorian
the end
time.
is fantastic.
Well,
it's one of
Batman
them,
and,
one of the best twists in a film.
Who was it, man? That's
What's he mumbling about?
Christian Bale. That's it. That's what I'm trying to fucking think of. That's Batman as well.
Yeah, he works. Yeah, that's Batman. Yeah.
You what? We're talking about Prestige, you fucking numpty.
Prestige, yeah.
No,
I'm Batman.
It's the same. Like Christian Bale also stars in it as well as Batman. But I've never seen it. No, never seen it.
I like Prestige, I really did. But
I'm getting to that point where I'm ready to watch it again.
Dark Knight trumped it. Interstellar stomped all over him.
So Interstellar's your favourite, yeah?
Yeah.
John,
I'm torn between two:
go on.
Dark Knight and Inception.
And there must be one. If you had to choose one right now to put on TV, which one would you pick?
Dark Knight.
There you go.
Yeah, Dark Knight, right? Pulled it changed comic book movies. It really did. It pulled them into like the mainstream kind of. Like, they lost the nerdiness. Arguably, Batman Begins did that, but the impact of Dark Knight was just
like the theme music.
Yeah.
The talent that he had.
so many stories going on.
It was deeper, darker.
yeah,
wasn't it? It was
Keith.
sort of-
Just with Heath, with Christian
Keith,
Bale.
you mean Keith?
Sorry, Keith. with Keith, stroke Heath Ledger. Just them two, like that interview. In the interview room in the police station. It was sensational.
I think
man.
Dark Knight.
And the
wins it for me.
Batmobile.
The Batman, yeah, it was
What was yours, Dean?
phenomenal.
It probably would be Dark Knight, but I'd go for more sci-fi movies as well, like Interstellar and Inception. More sci-fi movies.
can
But
see why.
overall, Dark Knight
Dark Knight destroyed
was
it on the
a work
votes.
of art. It was a work of art.
Destroyed it on
all
the
way
votes on
through, and
Twitter.
Performances.
Really did.
I'm not surprised. It was possibly one of his best work.
Yeah.
Really was.
That's Popcorn Questions, and that is the podcast for this fortnight.
Deja vu.
Looper.
Butterfly effect.
He didn't even know what it fucking
No, well, it's Edge of Tomorrow. It's Live, Die, Repeat, whatever they want to call it. Not many films have two names. It's that good. It's got two names.
Don't drink and podcast.
Two
This is what
titles.
happens.
Has it got
The
two
brain
titles?
goes to-
Has it got two
Edge
titles?
of Tomorrow, Live, Die, Repeat.
End it.
End it. You can find us on
We'll get there in a minute.
But you can find us on Twitter, popcorn_media. You can find us on YouTube, Popcornography. You can find us on Instagram, Popcornography Media. You can find us on Facebook at Popcornography. Look for the red power button. Follow all of them. If you follow all of them, message me and I will give you a shout out next week, next podcast. How's that?
Oh, I don't get a shout out, and I follow you on all of them.
Go on then, shout out. What's your handle?
Shout yourself out.
What's your Twitter handle?
Yes, it is at popcornmedia_sci.
Popcornmedia_sci. I'll tell you what, if you want to support the podcast, go on www.popcornography.co.uk and click some bloody adverts. And then you know what? I'll be able to afford a brand new mic and Dean will sound better.
Yeah, because, yeah.
I'm all echoey.
We're fine on this side.
Yeah,
that
we're
it?
beautiful, aren't we? No, you're Master Anthem on Twitter.
Am I?
Yes.
Hang on.
Is that the one you don't tell the missus about?
You've got two.
I don't know.
Master Anthem's the one I tag you in all.
I've got a personal one.
To be honest, if you're looking at it from Twitter, just look at the tagged people and we're all
Ah,
here. Apart
yes.
from Dean, because he doesn't know what Twitter is.
John at
What's
Master
Twitter?
Anthem. There you go. That's me. John at Master Anthem. There you go.
Yeah, brilliant. Right, thanks very much for listening and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Bye.
Bye.